of olive oil instead of butter for cooking purposes, just because of loving the olive. Oh, this is actually something from a YouTube series. Buy these, super cheap, these little things, and then you can put the olive oil and stuff inside. It makes it so much easier to cook with. I thought it was a silly little thing, but you know what? The simple, silly little things are the most profoundly impactful. Okay, olive oil. I need a yellow onion. Good. A medium yellow onion, not a large. Okay, this is a yellow onion. So it's just got some markage on the outer bit, so I'm gonna go ahead. Butter, olive oil. Use 1 teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon. Wait, I don't know what that means. That's a whole bunch of numbers. Oh, they did. Okay, good job.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
So realistically, I didn't have to take off an extra layer. It was just a dirty, clean food. Gonna go with the big one for the time being. And looks like it was a tweet. As people like and retweet my tweets, you want to get a little bit of one on my phone. I don't know if you've heard that. Need 1 medium yellow onion roughly chopped into even pieces. Okay, I can do that roughly. I wonder if you guys can see this. Hey, cool. You kind of can. Maybe that's better. Okay. Roughly chopped. Two. Okay. I think that's roughly chopped into even pieces. Good go. Next. Two cloves, garlic, mint. Okay, now I'm gonna have to learn how to use garlic. I actually always make cheesy doers for me. But we love garlic. Like, we just love garlic. When you've only got 1 bulb left, you gotta go get 2 more. Sweetheart, the garlic roll and red thing. Okay, so skinning garlic. This is actually kind of fun. You just put it inside, right? I've got 2. And you roll it. You push enough that you feel it come right off. Next thing you know, there's a whole bunch inside. And you've got a skin piece of garlic that's all that. See? Perfect. Beautiful. Lovely. Delightful even. You're allowed to like whatever you like. So I'm supposed to mince this. I actually legit don't know precisely how. Good. The oven's at 350. I'll take a second in a moment. Of course, now it's not going to shut up, is it? I haven't started the cook though or a timer, so it shouldn't keep making noise. We're going to pretend that we have a clue what we're doing.
Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds taking shape.
Okay.
We are diamonds taking shape.
Alright. Garlic, mint, we need. Now this is when you realize that just like you always do, you forgot to pull the stuff out of the freaking oven. So it's going to be hot. Okay. Because I generally don't actually know what I'm doing, we're just going to put it in there. And see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't need to be on anything. I wonder how long I should leave that in until it becomes tender. Oh, okay. Keep the tip on. Keep it.
Some things in life are too simple. Some things in life are too simple. I don't really want to drive home, but as soon as I arrive home, yeah, I moved on. Some things in life are too simple. Some things in life are too simple.
Okay. Fortunately, it's a pretty good knife. It's not difficult. Taking it. Alright, so. Getting low on oregano, sweetie. Thank you, Q Money. Alright, so I guess the more important thing is, when in doubt, cooking with red wine, right? We need red wine. We're about to get started. I'll be right back. The wine bottle opener is in the computer where I usually want to do my wine.
Some things in life are too simple. Some things in life are too simple.
Yes, I should have probably left this on the counter facing you so you could always see it. These are long enough so that you can see that it would be a Gaucho Club 2015 Malbec in an oak cask. Product of Argentina. It is not an expensive wine because, yeah, I'm going to be cooking with it. Why would I put my best wine in my food? You know, now that I think about it, after I open this bottle, let's let it sit for a second. But to get a fun little wedding gift, well, I could have tried to use it. Or maybe we'll just save that for another day. Okay. 1 teaspoon dried oregano. That's a tablespoon. That's a teaspoon. These are the others.
Talk to myself when there's no one else around.
See, I'm just this right. Is that
I
right?
said it's not my fault.
We've got. So I'm just gonna. It's just a pan of water. I'm gonna just this
said it's
stuff out.
not
I'll
my
give it
fault.
tomato sauce.
I'm lost in my mind, stuck in this coffin of mine.
Okay. It wasn't quite a full spoon, so I just.
I gotta try to get out. You gotta help me 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 get out.
Red chili flakes.
You gotta help me get out. You gotta help me get out. You gotta help me get out. You gotta help me get out.
There's gonna be a setting on this.
You gotta help me get out. Help me get out. I'm sick when I'm home. I find myself kicking the stones around. When silence gets loud,
Chat on like
you gotta find a way out. You gotta help me get 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 out.
after that there.
You gotta help me get out.
Okay. Oregano, red chili flakes, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Got that. Tomato paste. Half a cup of red wine, a teaspoon of kosher salt, some fresh ground black pepper, and 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. So I'm not going to do the tomato paste until after I've done everything else. And actually, the only thing I need to put into this is the black pepper and the teaspoon of salt.
You gotta help me get out. You gotta help me get out.
So, I don't know if you can see that. I don't even know if I'm giving you a good camera, but I like to put it in here and just kind of have it like that. It's got nothing to do with the cooking at all whatsoever. Totally has everything to do with the desire to make it look pretty just before I even cook it, which is kind of dumb, but it's fun. So that's me. Ground black pepper. It doesn't actually give me an amount that I should put in, so I'm just gonna guess at this. But that's probably enough. We got the red wine here. I got the tomato paste. Okay. So I wanted peeled tomatoes. Although I'm realizing that I don't know if these are plum, but we're gonna have to live with it. 28 ounces. I need red wine vinegar, and then I need some Parmesan. There you go. Red wine vinegar. It is everything, right? Okay. Alright, Parmesan. It says a quarter to a half cup grated Parmesan. I did something that I shouldn't do. I imagine that I know everything wrong. Where's the zester, sweetheart? Okay, so this is the zester. What the zester is like you can take a lemon or a lime and you take the skin, you don't unwrap it or anything, but you take the skin and you literally run it on the shaver and get little shavings and you zested it. But I like to use it for the Parmesan, which are cheese. I don't know why. It's what I do. Ooh, with a lemon sauce, Jazz? That sounds really good. I might have to try that next time. This is the first time I've ever actually tried to do this. But with the lemon, sounds like a good little addition. How much? Okay, a quarter to half a cup grated Parmesan, which clearly means you need to do half a cup. Alright? I don't know if you guys enjoy cheese as much as I do, but gonna get this on the floor. None of the dogs are around right now, so maybe I'll get away with it. I'm about to find out though. It's gotta be fascinating though. This is how you grind Parmesan cheese. So the thing is, I need to get through this cheese because I actually bought some in Italy. And I want to get into it. But naturally, I'm not going to open something new when I've got something present. And I know that it's the end of the day cheese is cheese, but really it's not. Because I love cheese. Cheese is different. This is also me being incredibly self-conscious. Whenever I'm not talking, I start thinking, and that's always a dangerous thing. Okay. Good enough. That's definitely a quarter and a half cup. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a break and say, have you noticed my new ring? I don't know if this will show up, but yeah. Hub love, baby. There's a smoked Gouda for it. I will definitely try anything. I don't mind changing up a little bit. Alright. So, if you've done this before, how long did you leave the potatoes in there before they were tender? As I'm asking this, I'm realizing I didn't pay attention to what time I put it in there, so I don't even know how long they've been. And is pushing it with a fork enough to tell us it's tender? I'm gonna find out. Okay, I'm gonna say not tender enough. Hope you enjoyed the butt shot. So, in a large soft pot over medium-high heat, add olive oil. Okay, so the opposite direction. Oh, you know what's actually pretty cool is, I think I have some good actually, not smoke. So when you hit pause on that, it came up here and said, "Would you like to cast the show onto your television?"
No.
You do not want to be sitting with your face in the microphone.
Hi.
Or you can say hello. Gigi Fit says hello. Add olive oil, add onions and saute until soft. Arjar says hello. Okay. Something a lot of people don't know about, or are just ignorant of, is you don't want to be using metal in a Teflon pot or pan. Not all my pots and pans are Teflon, but love my wooden spoons. I've got a bunch of different sizes of them. And I'm supposed to do this until it softens. So all I'm doing is taking the big chunks that I threw in there of even sizes and breaking them apart in the oil so that hopefully they all soften fairly evenly. These have decided to enter the frame. Those of you that are curious, if you recall, or new to the stream, GG stands for Ghost Girl. She's a very colorful ghost, though, as you can see. I don't know if this is a good stage craft. I'm trying to again, this is the first time I've ever live streamed from my kitchen. Okay. Okay. All hail the better half of red nut. Yashio. That says more about her than me. Alright, so while we do that, we can go ahead. Always make sure that whenever you're pouring your wine, you over pour, because, you know, there's always more. It's pretty good, actually. I'm loving it. About 3 minutes. Add garlic and saute until fragrant. Add oregano, chili flakes, and tomato paste. Okay, we need to get the tomato paste ready. 2 teaspoons, if I recall correctly. 2 tablespoons, okay. Wait, I just need to fill one at the moment. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put it into this on top of the spices. Until someone else uses this, because I always start from the bottom and push my way up. Somebody else uses the toothpaste differently. That's okay. So we're just kind of guessing here. That's going to be about a tablespoon. And the nice thing is I went ahead and put the olive oil in there first, using this same tablespoon. That actually means that the tomato paste is not sticking too hard. I am running real low on this. Gonna have just enough. until I can properly squeeze it later. But I could get another tablespoon out of this, but okay. There. Now what I actually tried to do, I don't know if you can tell, and I don't want to tip it too much, but tried to make sure that I have the paste entirely upon the spices, not touching the edges. That way, hopefully, it comes out real easily. We need to throw the garlic on now. We've got this dog that's always begging me, hiding underneath me here. Oh, sorry, guys. Throwing in garlic, I kind of left the onions in a little bit too long, but not terrible, but a little bit. The brownie. Needs a little bit of brown, but that's okay. Maybe. I guess I could be wrong. It could be way problematic. But technically, I need fragrance. Alright. Saute until fragrant, add oregano, chili flakes, and tomato paste. Stir until combined and paste cooks into the mixture. About 1 minute, add red wine, stirring until almost completely evaporated. The red wine, we need half a cup. But that's what I have for the cheese. Okay, I'm going to put the cheese here though. Okay. Red wine. Okay. So we're actually going to go ahead and put the salt and the black pepper in with the other. And, yeah, because I already mixed everything. There's a little bit of moisture that came up off of the saucepan. Because some of that stick. Apparently I have to do this like a minute. Go ahead and do that. Myself. Okay, so actually while we wait for that timer to go off, I need this. Open to eat that. Okay. Alright. I like to try new things. So I'm going to guess it's called reducing the wine. That's my guess. I could be wrong. A recipe for a delicious Vidalia onion. So, can I use Walla Walla instead of Vidalia? I'm a little bit from Seattle, so biased. I prefer the Walla Walla to the Vidalia. Okay, so we're going to let that almost completely evaporate, and then we've already put the salt and pepper in. And now we need to add some tomatoes after that, almost done. We'll use the back of the spoon to break up the tomatoes. So what I've got is a can of whole peeled tomatoes. Now actually, I didn't realize till later, but it actually calls for whole plum tomatoes. But I'm hoping that this will work out okay. Anyway. Once I pop all the tomatoes and I bring it to a boil and reduce and simmer and allow it to cook down about 20 minutes. Okay. Which is good because that'll give me time to take a little bit of a bio break after we check those potatoes again and see if they've got properly. I'm actually really nervous about the gnocchi formation because, you know, the madness of King George's that I'm trying to do this from scratch. I didn't even realize until I was reading this recipe that gnocchi is made from potatoes. Like, I'm the fool that thought that gnocchi was some kind of pasta or something. Alright, let's find out. We're going to be adding red wine vinegar. Okay, so that's 2 tablespoons of this. Our tablespoons having fun tonight. Still definitely has a nice, strong, garlicky flavor. Okay, not too strong, but it does smell good. I wonder if that's okay, cool. Now for future cooking endeavors, I might even like prep things in advance in order to allow this to go in faster fashion. I'm not sure. But as we go through any of these cooking live streams, do give me advice. Take it on production value and how to improve the enjoyable nature of the stream. Should I drink my glass of wine before? Am I more entertaining after the wine or before? Or during? That's a good question. Redman needs to know. Alright, oh, we will add cheese. Anybody know what an immersion blender is? It looks like we should be getting to a point where we can do the potatoes. Hopefully. Maybe I should get, oh, okay, so for the potatoes, we got the potatoes. I'm going to need an egg, and salt. Get the salt back. Oh, get the other one. Gonna need the salt. What do I do with the top of this? Nutmeg. A pinch of freshly grated nutmeg. Yeah, like I've got freshly grated nutmeg on. I do have nutmeg. And it's ground, so we'll deal with it. Flour. We're going to need another quarter cup of grated Parmesan. Sauce. And basil leaves, which we'll leave in there for now. That one went into the refrigerator and I forgot why. I need the flour. I'm going to need the egg. But then we'll be cooking with King Arthur flour. Oh. Okay, I'm almost done. The goal here tonight is to be able to successfully pull this off without live streaming me completely screwing up, aka burning the house. You think that no one's looking. So right now, I'm just going through basically a soup. I'm looking for each of the tomatoes and making sure that we pop them. The nice thing is I chose the spoon and got the place in it because that way as I switch it inside, so, I think got it all now. So, what we're going to do bring to boil, then reduce to simmer. And that was right after breaking the tomatoes. So no, I don't add the red wine vinegar or the cheese until for another 20 minutes after I get it to a boil. So we'll take a bile and then let's see how we're doing. Potatoes. Tender potato taste, a tender potato feels like tender potato. What I might do is actually put this onto a really low simmer after 20 minutes. Clearly, she's into her TV show more than my cooking. In case you couldn't hear, apparently King Arthur just rejected a princess because he's still in love with Guinevere. Alright, we're starting to look pretty good in my opinion. What does it say? Do I need to turn it down to a simmer now actually? Bring to a boil, then reduce to a simmer and allow to cook about 20 minutes. Okay, perfect. So we'll get a 20-minute timer going. So I'm going to turn it all the way down to low and see if it's simmering. Give it a few seconds. It is looking pretty good right now. Alright, is there anybody still there? And how's the music going? Is it still playing? I know nobody's been making any kind of requests from Nightbot, so if you like, you can do so now. Otherwise, I could go ahead and put on my own playlist if you prefer, which I also enjoy. As you know, this is cooking with red wine, so feel free to have a glass of your own. Unless it's illegal, in which case don't do it unless your parents approve. And I'm not inciting you to break law. You know what I'm going to do before I go actually is I'm going to go ahead and first off, this is a great simmer. Kind of wish I could bring the camera over here to show you, but basically there's like 5 or 6 or 7 different spots where there's a fairly consistent bubble popping through. That's it. A nice little simmer. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stir it one more time. The only thing I ever worry about when simmering is that the bottom, you don't want it to be bunched up on the bottom, stuck to the bottom, and then that thing is just up in the spot. So stir it up a little bit. Go ahead and get to there. And then I'm going to grate a quarter cup sheet. This is going to go in. I can just grate up a bunch on time later, right? I think so. So it's going to be interesting when we do this gnocchi. Because what I do is I take the potatoes and I scoop them out the inside, and then I push it through my ricer into a small bowl. No. Put through a ricer bowl. I guess I'll put that into a larger bowl. Anyway, in a small bowl, then I'm going to combine egg, salt, and nutmeg. Oh, I'm going to need a lightly floured whisker. Sweetheart, do we have a thing to put flour onto, don't we? To use with the rolling pin? Or should I pull out some wax paper? Sweetheart? Do we have a mat or something to use flour on, like to make bread dough or something? Or should I just use some parchment paper? Okay. Thanks, Arjar. Hey, Moxie, welcome to the chat room, bruh. Nice to see you. See, I'm trying to be hip and cool with the lingos. The whole cooking thing, it's getting pretty lit in here. Okay, maybe I'm not so woke, but I'm trying. How am I doing that? And GG should stop. Basically, when I try to use slang, I'm basic. Alright, you guys should actually be able to see we've got 17 minutes and 53 seconds. I'm gonna go bio, clean my hands and whatnot. And I'll be right back. If nobody puts in any kind of song requests in Nightbot, I will switch the list before I come back, alright? So, Bird. I am taking the chat room with me.
I know that this microphone works a lot better. I'm gonna have to figure out the audio thing. And I promise I won't Moxies. No worries on that. Hopefully the volume turn down was noticeable. I'm gonna head back into the kitchen and you guys can tell me how the audio balance is.
That might be a good idea, Moxie. A cordless mic is not bad. Alright, so what I'm actually going to need to do is create some kind of surface setup, right? Maybe I can do it over here. No, because then that's on my backside. I think I need to move the computer. Okay, so how is the audio comparatively? Maybe I should tilt the camera up a little bit.
Okay, so I think I actually did put it down a little bit, right? You should be able to see more, because I agree with you, Moxie. As soon as I went and looked at the screen, I got this. So, there you go. That should be better, right? Because, yeah, I totally agree. I should have freaking thought about the fact that you want to see what I'm doing. I'm a Dumars.
Alright, so we got 10 minutes, which means I need to go ahead and get the surface ready. So what we need to do is we're going to move the red wine back there. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take all this. Okay. So you do see this, that's nice, but you don't see flour. So we should be able to do that. And put the flour, I'm going to move the nutmeg back, cheese back. Alright. Okay. So I don't actually have one of these mats. A lot of people are familiar that, like, if you make pizza dough or any kind of bread or whatever, you've got your rolling pin that you roll, and you put a little mat here so that you can throw some flour on top and keep everything from getting too sticky or whatever. I don't have that, so I'm going to go ahead and just use some good old-fashioned parchment paper. And I'm hoping that that'll work. The problem is that it's like all rolled up. So I'm going to have to probably use like the wine bottle to hold the corner down, and we'll figure it out. I also do indeed actually have, see, this is why I want to use it, because it's wet. Um, nope, that's not it. Here we go. So these are my kitchen scissors. Only use them for food. Don't be opening boxes. Hey, I'll use the box to hold it open on one side. Go ahead. Put the label towards it so you can see what I'm using. And I got cheese for the other corner. I don't actually have an open surface. Okay, so. Yes, the silicone mat. Thank you, Moxie. I appreciate that. You know what? I kind of like this. With the camera down further, my 5 head is much less noticeable. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get back to the recipe. Because I can't watch my stream and do this at the same time. That's not it. There we go. Alright, so what we should do is actually get fork again and check how tender it is. I feel like we're getting a lot closer. I think we got 7 minutes left on that. I'm just going to go ahead and leave them in there while we get this set up and figure out what the heck we're doing. Leave it in there. That goes off, and we can go ahead and do that. We'll probably even turn the simmer off. Or I could push it to the back. Maybe I could even go ahead and do that right now. So recently I had my sister visited. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but we've got this poor, sickly, sad-looking little mob. When you let your sisters visit, and they're so kind, wonderful even, lovely, as to clean your kitchen pretty thoroughly. Make sure that they don't leave this inside the oven when you decide to preheat something. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I haven't put that into the chat room. Did you want me to do that, Moxie? I guess I could. I do like to interact with the chat room, and if you guys end up having suggestions, I don't mind if you follow along with me. Let's see. Oh, but I can't because I'm not on my computer. Balderdash. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and say it to you. Maybe I can find it. No, I could type it. Here we go. Moxie, that's actually a good idea too. I just noticed your comment concerning the camera angle down. I do like that. Although actually, I'll have to look back over the video feed, but I'm kind of liking the setup. The camera went down as we have right now. Might be more important to have a camera in this area so that while I'm working on the potted pan or whatever, we could do something like that. We'll have to go ahead and see that. Sakari, how's it going, bud? This is my first live stream cooking. I'm in my freaking kitchen. It's great. Okay, sorry. Great to see you, man. And what I might be able to do is take that camera angle and put it right about here so that when I turn my back, it's not so much butt shot as a stovetop shot. Alright. Starting to dig these ideas. So Moxie, your homework, if you choose to accept it, is to find me a good camera to do that. Okay. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and look through here. We need to set up the surface. We need to eliminate any lumps. We need to do the bowl, combine the stuff on a lightly floured work surface. We're going to mound up the potatoes here and make a well in the center. We're going to pour in the egg mixture and then use my fingers or a fork to begin to mix the eggs into the potatoes, working them from the outside in as to not break the moat. So we'll work our way in and try and push it in. When the eggs are about halfway combined, you begin to sprinkle a bit of the flour and cheese over the potatoes. So we need to get the flour and cheese ready. So I need 1.5 cups all-purpose flour. Okay, I can do that. Alright, we got some all-purpose flour. Well, since we're going to be working on the surface the whole time anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it onto the corner right here, because we'll use the center for the whole potato moat idea. Okay? Thank you, Sakari. Have you seen the right-hand one yet? Did I show that to you? Alright, I got a half here. Yeah, I was kind of considering that, Halen. I might do just that. Alright, that's about 1.5. Moving line. Alright. Alright. Problem is getting this one off is kind of tricky. It's small. That's why I went ahead and bought this one. Because this is going to be my backup while I send the other one in to increase the size. Oh, bluff. Sorry, Emperor. Alright. Cold water. Got it. Good thing I left the wok in the sink, huh? Alright. See, I'm getting better about not pointing my buttocks at you. Alright. So. Moxie, if you're still in the chat room, if you could repost the link. I did type that out. Or frankly, anybody else that's in the chat room. Okay. We're going to need to do that. We're going to sprinkle the flour and the cheese over the potatoes, continue to lightly knead. Bring the mixture together, adding more flour as needed to make a pliable dough. Once the dough is no longer sticky, the dough is done. It's important not to overwork the dough, creating gluten, giving the dough a dense texture. So, oh gosh. Okay, this is going to be probably problematic. I guess I'm going to be throwing these into a bowl. A couple drops of water, I think I got them out. I'm going to go ahead and pile my gnocchi into that bowl, I think. Oh! Moxie's link got deleted. Thank you, Durara. Yeah, in the future, Moxie, that's going to be a great idea. I will do a Nightbot command and have him posted every, 15 minutes. Is probably a good way to do it. Alright. This has become really interesting right here. Oh, damn it. See, I'm turning my back to you guys. This has become really interesting here because it's definitely a nice, thick, stewy stuff. So I'm going to blend that before I actually put it onto the dish. Because I'm not a fan of the whole tomato chunks. Tomato is actually one of the things that I actually like to cook with, and I like the flavor of texture of large pieces. Yeah, don't like that so much. I'm weird. Anyway, so we'll blend that up real nice. I'm going to go ahead and assume that these potatoes are ready. I think... How does it say to do this? I'm going to go ahead and take it one cool enough to handle. Okay, so we got to wait for it cool enough again. Something I would totally recommend, and in fact, you know what? I'm going to have to start making a list on the stream, or maybe make a website post or something. But these I've been very, very happy with. I got them online at Amazon, and dude, I've had them for almost 6 months, maybe even a year. You can put this into hot oil. This rubber is not melting. It's been awesome. It's great. These things, and I got a set of 3. It says on the side that it's Vivree, V-I-V-R-E-E, and they've been like a good friend in the kitchen. Nice thing is too, if you have somewhere to hang them, you can hang them and they'll be closed. I'm actually gonna go with smaller. No, I'm gonna go with a medium pair. Here we go. The medium pair. Okay. Just to grab the potatoes out. Because they're hot. Oh, and the reason why I like these so much is because of this rubber. I do have a pair that's metal, but you can't use it if you're working with Teflon or any surfaces that you don't want to get marred and screwed up. So. Alright, so we're done in the oven. I notice I'm getting flour on me and everything, but don't worry. I should have put on. You guys are gonna like this. Alright, so I know that it is clearly and obviously my first live stream. And I've just not been prepared on a lot of different things, but we're having a good time, right? So at this stage, I'm putting on my cooking apron. What kind of a nubtard forgets his cooking apron? I'm also standing directly behind the camera by the microphone, so you should probably hear me really well. Alright. Giggle. Huzzah! We're ready for our cooking. Thank you, Nightbot. Oh, I like that. Thank you, Durara. And then in the future, I can just change the food link on that command. And if anybody ever wants to know, I can even. So what I'll do is I'll put on the stream a little text to let them know. If you want the recipe, type this command, and then Nightbot can automatically put the link in the chat room, and then you can go and find it. Thanks, Durara. I like that. So what does OXO meaning? Oh, yeah, no, these ones are not OXO. They're Vivree. Oh, well, I mean, maybe they are OXO and I just don't know. I think that I think this was OXO. So, just so you guys know, just one more time, so because not all of you were here when we began the stream, this is what you call a potato ricer, okay? It's got nothing to do with rice. Yeah, I know, I just figured that out too. But effectively, you shove the potato through this in order to get rid of any kind of lumps. Makes it a lot easier that way. So we're going to do that, but right now they're a little bit hot to the touch. They're not burning until I hold them for a long period of time, and I'm sure I'd get blisters, and that's not something I want to put onto the internet. I'm sure it would be fun to watch. Interesting, okay. Yeah, these are OXO. I just saw it says right here OXO. I don't know if you can see that, but... Okay, right, so we've got the tomato ready. We're waiting for the potatoes. I can pull out the basil leaves. I don't know, if you're in America, a good place to go, I know it might be a little, what's the word? I'm not a millennial, but I might be acting like one. I don't have the glasses. Well, anyway, Trader Joe's. I like Trader Joe's, okay? Their selection is actually pretty limited, so very often I have to go somewhere other than Trader Joe's. But in general, if I can get it at Trader Joe's, I tend to enjoy doing so. It does help that it's like freaking right around the corner from me, but their quality is a little bit better than, say, Target, which I wouldn't advise shopping there. The only reason I go to Target is actually because they sell the 1 gallon milk that they remove the lactate because Gigi is a little bit lactose intolerant, and so we want her to be happy. Not bad. Pretentious. Thank you, Moxies. That's a good word. I was thinking... I can't think of the word that I was thinking, but, you know, the West Coast hip-in group. No, whatever. So this is all I'm waiting for. You guys all now have the recipe. So I think that at this stage, all I'm waiting for is to probably pour myself a little bit more wine and watch someone get stabbed. Who's on the ground, dear? He's sold. That sounds like a goddess or something. Who's she? Ah, okay. They brought her into this?
They got Dennis.
Both of them? Yeah. Tristan and Isolde are in Merlin, apparently. This is interesting. Not hippie, Moxie. Alright, sweetheart. What is the word I'm thinking of that describes a certain type of people that they wear the glasses, you know? Is that it? Okay. What did you say, Moxie? Okay, you were close, Moxie. It's not hippie, it's hipster. Alright, so all we're waiting for. They say that I'm supposed to do this quick. Okay, I need to prep up some Parmesan. You know what? No. We'll do it here. Alright. Sometimes I wonder if my app here is just a little slow on my phone. So, again, these are things that I'm learning. I think I need to get a... you know what I really need is a Surface Pro. I just need another monitor in here. You know, the funny thing is when we had the house built, I actually made sure that they installed Ethernet in every room. So right over there's an Ethernet port. The problem is like, what good does the Ethernet port do me over there? I'd much rather it be actually out here on the island where I'm cooking and doing all my work, like, whatever. I'm sorry. So while we wait for the potatoes to cool down, I'm going to go ahead and get all this Parmesan ready, because apparently we need to add it quick, add it quick. We're going to get a consistency between the flour and the cheese and the potatoes that's going to be dough and that isn't sticky. So we just keep adding the flour and cheese until it's no longer sticky. Then we make long rolls, like breadsticks out of it. Then we chop that into little thumb-sized pieces. And then we're going to put that all into the bread bowl. And once we fill the bowl, we go ahead and throw it into water. Now this is the interesting thing. Apparently you take the dough and you boil it in the water, and when it floats, it's ready. So we'll throw it, so as it starts floating, we'll start pulling it out. And that'll be the actual gnocchi. And then it's just a matter of putting the tomato sauce on top with some basil leaves and we're done, I think. Not actually 100% certain. We'll reread a little bit. Meanwhile, my dog is underneath me. Daisy's gonna need to have to go outside a few times because she's definitely eating cheese. So cheese for a dog is a little bit like a prune for us. Helps you go to the bathroom. So what I'm doing right now is leaning up on the counter so that my apron actually blocks out the cheese from bouncing down on the floor. So while she's crawling around at my feet, she can eat whatever is there, but I'm not adding to it. I would mute the camera so that she could actually get a loud command. I could also just tell her, hey Daisy, good girl, sit, good girl. Okay, I think we've got enough. Oh. The dog is crazy smart, actually. It's ridiculous. No, you don't get to go around and be sneaky.
Come here. Hey.
Okay. Check something here real quick. All right. Oh, okay, this is actually pretty good, I can tell. You might be able to see this. The skin is actually already pretty naturally coming off of the potato, which is good. We should be able to scoop it out pretty thoroughly, pretty nicely. This one, oh, it's good on that side. Maybe I should just flip each of these over. And we're almost there. Maybe I should blend this. Especially if I'm going to blend it up. Okay, we should still have enough. Wait, I already used the red one, didn't I? Alright. Wait, see. Hey, Halen. Are you guys having trouble hearing me? Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of solution for the audio. but that's okay. Hope you guys are enjoying this. You need a good song request. Sweetheart, what's a good song request? She's so into her movie, she doesn't hear me. Okay, good. So you are hearing me better. How much of the TV is coming through? That's a good question. I need a song request. I wanna. I can't think of anything. My brain is a complete blank. You haven't? Okay, well that's good to hear. So maybe that little pinhole that I see on the front of the camera is the microphone. And hopefully it's a single directional. That would be excellent. I'm glad to hear that much at least. Well, I'm glad that Nightbot could at least translate what I had. So, there we go. We got a song request in. I actually really want to go ahead and get this started. The problem is that I'm just really scared of burning the crap out of my hand. Alright, so take the cheese and set it over here. Get this extra cheese on here. This is although realistically it doesn't matter, right? I could just shove it in with the flour because it's supposed to be added in with it. Alright, we'll do that much. No. Apparently the microphone's pretty good. They did not hurt you with the TV. Daisy! Good girl. Alright. Use a clean kitchen towel to hold the potato. I think I just cleaned one. Let me go check. Okay, spoilers, the laundry room is right nearby. It's not a pretty kitchen towel, but it is clean. Alright, here we go. Oh, you know what, actually? Let's cut these in half. Ooh, okay, really sharp knife, be careful.
Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid?
You know, it was chips cut up like this. I did not cut this. Just saying. Is that Guinevere? So wait, she's allowed to break into his bedroom? Since they're... Oh, okay, so he was injured. So she was nursing him. Back to health. Okay. So I got these for the wedding, by the way, guys. Love it. So nice. It's this whole set that I got over there. I would recommend at any time, whatever knives you use. I don't have any recommendations for type, brand name, or anything like that. I will say this. You should be able to cut without effort. It should be sharp enough and easy enough. Because injuries with knives most often happen not because of sharpness, but because of dullness. A dull knife that you have to force to do what you want will slip or jump or give you pain, basically. Alright, now I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is open this up and scoop right into it. I'm also turning that down again now that we're getting closer to eating it. Wow, this is actually really easy.
Gave me the power to survive. Gave me the will to live my life.
Alright, this is my first half, so I'm just going to go ahead and check. Since we know this is clean,
It's so hard to believe. And it's so hard to be.
I just want to see how this thing goes through. You guys want to see this? I've never used one of these before.
Sera-t-il le mien? Encore une fois, toi et moi, main dans la main. Maintenant je vois ta décision. Je resterai dans ma maison, la maison de mon cœur.
So you can see all this, basically that was squeezing out this from the side. But maybe, if I can avoid being too clever, there you go. Alright. That's not so hard. Oh, hey, I can balance it. Look at that. Freaking awesome. Yeah, you're totally right, Moxie. It is freaking Play-Doh hair. Alright, so I gotta do that with each one of these. Let's see how quick I can get this done. Should be able to get a whole potato in there, honestly. Let's see if I can just peel the skin off. So that would be the easiest. You know, I think the scooping is going to be better because I actually don't want the tough skin that goes close to the skin. Not skin, but the tough outer layer. Please try and minimize that. You know what I should do in the future if I ever do something like this again? This would be excellent potato skin. You know? I do believe I actually got a little, yeah, see. Just a little bit off. Use the back of a knife to, oh, just if I want to just peel them. Okay, I'll try it. I'm willing to try anything. Kind of a fun idea, actually. If I can make the thick outer layer, just peel it off with the back of a knife. You know what? I'm just gonna actually even just. What's the chat fail? Did you put it in the wrong room? Oh wait, what? To clean the ricer, he said? Use the back of a knife to scrape. No, to clean the ricer. Oh, I got you, to get the bottoms off. Put the potato in flesh side down, the skin shouldn't push through. That's a good point too, Arjar. So, that's not chat fail, Moxie, that's called, mistell, right? Ha! Alright, Jaluk. Thanks for stopping by, though. It's good to see you. I'm learning things from the chat room about cooking. I'm digging this. I'm probably making a... Well, you know what? I knew when I looked at this recipe and everything that this was going to be a mess. I'm freaking raw making gnocchi. I mean, let's be honest. This is never going to be a clean and easy process, right? Alright, so we got a whole one in there this time. So, use the back of the knife to scrape the gnocchi off. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and press this. And if this is making you hungry, I'm really sorry. Especially if you're trying to lose weight. To be honest, I'm kind of trying to lose weight too. That's why I make everything myself. Whew. There's a lot popping up the sides here. Having to work pretty hard. Whew, got it though. Okay. And then and do the same thing. So don't mind if some of that falls over. Though I should actually be able to just grab it. Oh. And if I get too much, it's just pushing it back through again, right? Okay. Excellent. Now, as Moxie was so kind to suggest, back of the knife. And then we're actually going to go ahead and shove that to the side, put that one over there. Next. Alright, so we only got to do 2 more full potatoes, right? I hope that I started with 4. That means that I just actually did 1.5. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do this dirty looking one. I'm going to skin. Oh, you know why this isn't a cut? Maybe it was. Maybe it was a cut in the field. It actually skinned on the inside. I bet it was a cut in the field. Like the crop. You know, like farmer cut. Alright, there we go. Do 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 do. I'm using this tiny little bowl to throw skins, and apparently that's just not a good idea. That's okay. We'll throw it into the trash. Throw it into the trash and head right back. I'll even let you watch. And this one, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the scoopy scoop because it turns out this one's a special case, basically. Oh. Good to go. Hmm. It's not a republic. How is Arthur not king? She's a bastard. She has no right to the crown. Oh, with military force? Nice. Is he rejecting her again? Two Mars. Actually, isn't the Arthurian tale the fact that like his downfall was Guinevere? So maybe it is him being wise? Morgana? Yeah, she's a pretty evil individual. And that was a little funky, but we got it. Try cutting one of those halves in half. Putting it meat side down. Skin as ours. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do that, Moxie. Let's see if we can't pop through the rest doing exactly that. Wow, this potato was not as happy with me as the others were. Gotta force a lot more. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay. I'm 18, but I should be more wise. Already know. Okay, I'm 22 and I should be more wise. Does Arthur know about Merlin yet? Oh my gosh, Halen, that's a great idea. Gigi is watching Merlin, the BBC television series. Computer screen just shut down. Alright. Woo, that one definitely went bursting through. That was a little premature. I need to put this explicit tag back on the feed. Alright, this is going much faster now. Oh, but this one does not want to squeeze. There we go. A little bit. Is Gaius dead now too? So no? And of course, the last one was super easy, thanks to Maker, aka Anakin Skywalker. Loving it. Alright. We're about done. Woo! It does look like a lot, right? I don't even know how many, I don't have an effing clue how many servings I'm making. Scroll up and see. 6 servings. So Gigi and I will be eating this until Tuesday. Alright, so Alright. This is where it gets, I gotta be quick and, right? So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the tomato right now and blend this out. As soon as I figure out where my blender is. Is the food processor the only blender we got? Sweetheart? Okay, this is apparently a big part of the TV. Okay, that was a little melodramatic, but I figured it out. Alright. Tomato made. So Arthur pulled it. GG. Arthur pulled it. Okay. Did he?
Yeah, he just did his eye thing.
Okay.
Well, the whole story that we're telling the Hogwarts anyway, he was the one that put the sword in stone.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
So he created the myth.
He created the story.
Okay. I dig that. I actually like that twist. He established the myth that he could solve. Okay, so. Alright, here we go. Baked potatoes. Squeeze through, no lumps. In a small bowl, combine the egg, salt, and nutmeg. Okay. I'm gonna try this. Oh, there's the camera. This is a really small bowl. We're gonna try it. Okay. Egg. Salt and nutmeg. How much salt? 1 teaspoon salt and a pinch of nutmeg. Yes, I totally did that on my head just to add some kind of drama. And nobody made a remark, that's all I'm going to say. Nobody. Alright. A pinch of nutmeg. So pro tip, most people aren't actually aware of the fact that you can pop the top off of this. It's a little bit different, but you can. Now, what I'm going to do is pat this down to the side so I can get my fingers inside and do a pinch. Then I'm going to cheat a little bit and do a little more. Nutmeg, good. Alright, so pour in the egg mixture. Oh, wait, okay, on a lightly. Okay, no. So we need to lightly flour the surface. What did I? Okay, in a small bowl, combine them. Mound the potatoes, making a well in the center. Right, so it doesn't actually explicitly, you guys are looking at this recipe with me, and I actually do need your feedback here. And actually, if you have not seen the recipe, in the chat room, you can actually put the command exclamation point chef. Exclamation point chef if you want to see the recipe. But what I need you guys to tell me is, do you think that with this egg, salt, and nutmeg, am I supposed to actually mix that up, blend it, like shake it up, do my stuff? Thanks, Halen. Before I make this, which I can go ahead and actually make my mountain mound thing. But do I pour it in unmeshed, or do I mix it in with a fork and spoon or something? I feel like I probably want to, right? But I'm not 100% on that. Alright, this is actually getting entertaining. Kind of fun. Okay, so we got the mountain, right? And the whole thing was that I don't want to actually get crazy. So rather than push and pull, I'm going to actually use my fingers to do this a little bit. Because I'm not supposed to make it too dense. So to me, that looks like a good little hole to put it into. Yeah? That could be stupid, but. Not until the well. Okay. We had someone here earlier who made gnocchi before, but maybe they aren't here still. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and use a fork. I know it says fingers or fork, and I bet like real chefs think that their fingers are better. I am 6'2", and my fingers are freaking huge. I think I can do a better job with the fork. We're going to do that. Okay, so I just want to make sure I got the cheese here too. So we'll put it in. We're going to do as Gnocchi says, because no one else is spoken up with any kind of authority. Okay. So, plug off, leave, go away. GG. I'm supposed to slowly start working in. Let's see if I'm doing this right. Working from the outside in. So as not to break the mold. I still think I'm doing it right. I don't think that those instructions are thoroughly appropriate. Okay. When eggs are about halfway combined, begin to sprinkle a bit of the flour and cheese over the potatoes. Halfway. We're not halfway, but we're getting there, right? Let's keep doing this. I think I need to get a fork that has a wider gaps, less metal. But I'll go with it. Okay. I'm going to say that's half. So we can go ahead and throw some flour on top. We can throw some cheese on top and keep on mixing. Keep on keeping on. Alright. Alright, add some more flour. Add some more cheese. Alright. This is when I am taking. You guys need to just keep giving me feedback if I'm doing something stupid. Okay? So I'm trying to just kind of hold it together while I mix it in. I guess eventually I need to just actually bring everything together. It's not too wet now. So I could probably just mix everything.
Activate destruction sequence 735. Brendan Muzzy.
Alright, now I'll use my fingers right now. Alright, so I know that this is my first live stream for the cooking, but to me this seems like an excellent time to say signature red wine moment. Still sticky for sure. Oh my gosh, there's a whole freaking... That's great. Like, I'm trying so hard not to make it too dense. I need to pull it up from the bottom, I think. Out spilling on the floor like I kind of am doing. I'm going to need to get one of those silicone mats, unquestionably. I can tell that. First stream. Trying not to make this too dense, but it's just like, oh my god, this is not easy to work with. I don't think I have a big enough work surface or something. You guys aren't talking to me, so it's not helping. Yeah, that's me getting grumpy. Grumpy. Alright. I'm the one streaming. Why should I need you to tell me what to do, right? Defend yourselves. For Pete's sake. Alright. So I think... The thing is, it shouldn't be a freaking crumbly mess, right? Like, it needs to be dense enough to hold itself together because I'm supposed to be able to roll, effectively bread rolls out of it, and then cut those up into the pieces that go into the water. So I think I should actually make it denser than I have it. That's okay, Mox. If you're working on Photoshop, I hope that you're working on something for me. Maybe you could replace my photo so that when I put the link into Discord, you don't see my big frickin' head. Something else to look at. Alright, I'm actually gonna... Yeah, this is becoming a significant problem. I'm not sure it's going to hold together. I'm not going to add any more flour to this. I know that it will. Not even Emrys can save you now, except that he is Emrys, isn't he?
Right there. Baby, come here.
So she straight up still doesn't know?
Ooh, murder way more donuts than that.
Okay, so now I run into this significant problem. Can you get your dog out of here?
Daisy, come here! Daisy, come!
Keep saying it.
Daisy, come! Daisy, come here! Daisy, where you going? Come here!
So apparently I got tears all up in my paper. The dog's trying to come in from the other side.
Where are you?
Daddy's making a big mess.
on trio here.
I need to get a new piece of parchment.
No way would Morgana be beating Knights of Camelot word fight. This is bullshit.
Especially without magic. Alright, so what we need to do, I'm going to take this bowl and shove the flour into it. Basically, this is a salvage operation because this piece of parchment, while I was bragging about how wonderful having a really nice, particularly sharp knife is, I was apparently cutting my parchment paper. So before I had started this process, I probably should have laid down another layer. That's okay. We got this. Okay. Now, second, I got the big bowl, right? So, big bowl, potatoes. And apparently a seal door is once again injured.
The girl.
Yeah, it's a seal door, right? Or Isolde. Tristan and Isolde. So apparently it didn't actually happen in Greece or Italy or any of the Roman territories. Turns out it happened in England instead. An unestablished tyrannical rule. Alright, so. Thank goodness I cleaned this up beforehand. We're just going to go ahead and...
This is some BS. So how is... Honey, how is Guinevere holding her own against Morgana, but she's slicing up those knives for nothing? This is not... No. I don't believe that Morgana is better than those knives and
Okay, so your first complaint is that Morgana has skills that far exceed the Knights of the Round Table. And now the handmaiden is holding her own against her.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a little bit remarkably absurd. But wasn't her father a blacksmith?
Yeah.
So maybe she had some kind of secret training. Oh, nope, not gonna happen now. Yeah, same thing. Alright, so earlier I used the kitchen scissors, but apparently I should be able to just tear it off. So we're going there instead. The chat room, Heather. Oops. The chat room says, hashtag TV review by Gigi.
God, this is so sad that we did not so attach to these characters, so they only win the last. So yeah, he's dead.
You sealed or whatever? Because that is what Romeo and Juliet was based off of, right? The two of them? Oh, I was using the box for the left-hand side, okay. So anyway, let's hashtag this together. Alright, so we are actually starting to get a consistent single item, but tough to say, it's still a bit sticky, so we're going to add this in. Let's just roll this over, split it, break it, just fingers, right? Because look at this whole powder thing, so I'm just going to go ahead and press it together. You know what, I'm going to take a quarter, right? And then roll it into a thing. Except that now it's being like less than sticky. Take more. Roll it into a thing. Okay, so I need to actually pull up. New idea. Dinner and a movie with Redna and Gigi. I cook, she destroys movies.
Oh, he's proposing to her again. Keep it on.
But she feels bad.
And he still loves her.
No, but actually, it's a perfect roll.
No, but she was enchanted. She had that enchanted bracelet that was Morgana enchanted.
It's still basically a role reversal, right? It's the flip side of the woman that always forgives the abusive man or whatever. In this case, fine, whatever, make your excuses. But at the end of the day, you've got, instead of the woman who accepts the abusive man that she's truly in love with, in this case, it's the man accepting the woman who, couples them. Well, and I do think that is the interesting twist, is the fact that Lancelot was not actually acting on his own accord. It was a fake Lancelot. So that makes it more interesting. However, at the end of the day, she fell for it.
But she was enchanted.
Kind of.
She had an enchanted bracelet. Morgana's pretty strong.
I pulled up the... Okay, that's right, because I need to... Okay, so... Working quickly and lightly will give you light, airy gnocchi. Dust the board with flour and roll 1/4 of the dough into a long rope, about 1 inch thick, cut into thumb-sized selections, set aside, tossing with a bit of flour to avoid them sticking together. Feed with the other pieces of dough, using the back of the fork. Take each gnocchi and gently roll over the tines? God, this is getting like way complicated, but okay. So, let's pretend this is 1/4. Frustrated. That's probably true. Who said it first? He did, okay. Where's Lancelot? For real dead?
Yeah, because Morgana still loves her.
Okay, so no problem. Can't be cheated on again, right? Oh, poor Morgana.
People buy us and buy her ears, right?
Dude, when your magic's taken away from you, you get oily. It's just the way of the witchly world.
Oh no!
Oh, where'd that dragon come from?
That's the baby dragon that Merlin gave her snatched. No, it's not gonna be on Morgana's side. It's gonna be this dragon.
It looks pretty wicked, even as a baby. Or does she kill it? No?
No, it's just over her.
Be cooler if she killed it. Okay, guys, is this too big? I mean, it's smaller than my thumb. I don't think I've ever had gnocchi this size, but we're gonna go for it. So there's only one season left. Is it over? There's no more seasons coming?
No, it's been done. It's
Oh. I understand why Jane kept telling me over and over that I needed to watch it. Because there's nothing else to see. It's done. Been there, done that. Alright. Well, I'm nearly done, sweetheart. Okay, I actually should read this. Okay, boil gnocchi in a large pot of salted water. Alright. So I need to clean this out. Huh? You can look at it and see, and the fact that you can't see means that you can't, it's not at you.
How do you see?
I've got my phone for the chat room. I don't see my image. You should be able to actually go into the office, and it's on my computer. See, what I really need to do is rally GG to be my camera person. Nah, it's the only part of the refrigerator. You can put your thing on though. They saw you before and they really like that. Yeah. Gettysburg row that I got. You were able to see it on my computer, right? They did say that the microphone seems to be very directional. They haven't been hearing you or Daisy. Maybe, but I can always go back to my video feed and see. I'm still kind of waiting to see. Let's see. Night, guys. Hope it turns out. Night, do-rah-rah. Thank you so much for setting up the command, man. Anybody that wants to know what I'm cooking, it's exclamation point chef. Apparently I left the heat on, so we're there. We're gonna bring that water to a boil so that we can make the gnocchi. And we're gonna go ahead and work on finishing this. Right? Like, basically this is what I want to do, right? Nobody actually responded to the fact that I was curious about, like how big is gnocchi? Frankly, I don't even know how often I've eaten gnocchi. I had gnocchi in Italy, but unfortunately it was the night that we ended up drinking like 2 or 3 bottles of wine together on our honeymoon. And while the night was amazing and the food was incredible, I don't 100% remember gnocchi. Gnocchi. I don't know. Gnocchi. Gnocchi? No, gnocchi. Trying not to cut the paper this time. Why are you flattening? Am I flattening? Alright, this is Moxie, this is your time to tell me WTF you mean. Should I just like do this? Tell me if I'm doing it right. You know, it said split this crap into quarters. So I'm just gonna go big. Go big or go home, right? How am I doing right now? Is this better? In your opinion? I'm gonna go ahead and just throw flour down here so I can roll. I can't wait to get a silicone freaking balderdash. You know what I'm thinking is just to make this go faster so we can start throwing things in water and seeing if it floats. I can just, that doesn't need to be like the length of the thumb, right? Because instead I can leave it as is and just cut it shorter and mix it in there. I think that might be a better way to do it. Even though these things seem huge. What do I really care at the end of the day, right? Alright, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Somebody should tweet it and share it and let others know. Because I can't from here, haven't set up, and my hands are a mess. Need to give Gigi the keys to the castle. Whoa, apparently it's been 30 minutes since I even touched my phone screen. I tried to sleep. Alright, so really I want to roll, right? This is annoying.
When you reach the end, will you wait for me? Holding out a torch that's lighting up the way I can.
And when you say a bit thicker than a pretzel rod, Moxie, I don't eat pretzels. The only pretzels I ever actually tend to sit down and eat are the ones you get at the grocery store in a bag, and they're like itty bitty. I don't think that's the right answer. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and roll with this. I'm going to say that I had too much flour. We're just going to pretend. Maybe we'll just kind of sprinkle some in here so they don't stick to one another so much. So here we go. At the end of the day, I don't actually feel too bad about this because this is mostly potato. Alright. What I can really do is rub my hands in the whole flour stuff, and then that way when I do this, coat this in my flour and pull it doesn't stick to the other stuff. That's even a better plan than me. I don't want to squeeze it too tight because it's said, lighter, fluffier, and yolky. Alright, so we're about to find out if this even works. Correct me if I'm wrong, Halen, but from what I understand, I put it into there, and then when it starts floating, we start pulling it out. And I don't... Maybe I'll clean my hands here real quick. The water's not even boiling yet. So we can get this back up. We'll look. Alright, repeat the other pieces of dough using the back of a fork. Oh my god. I think I probably have to do this a lot more frequently for this to be an hour active. How long have I been streaming? This is redonkuloso. Alright. Run it over the times. Doing it over the back, it seems to be a little bit more successful for doing, anything. Like, weirdest thing ever, but we'll do it. So we'll start from the start and then take it away because our names are Simpson and that's a Bartholomew J. With Bart and an R and a capital B plus Simp and S-O-N, that's me. Introductions aside, we can all sing along at the sound of the gong. Is the music still going? That's a good question. I'm actually adding a little bit of flour here. I'm kind of bored, honestly. Look, I put marks in with my times. dawned on me, if we're going to be boiling this in water, I can actually add a whole bunch of flour to the outsides. And it'll just come off in the water, right? Nobody's talking to me. I think I lost my audience, sweetheart. Are you even going to be able to eat any of this, baby? Yeah? Okay, good. Thanks so much, Cotter Joe. You're the bomb diggity yourself. Thank you, thank you. I'm actually learning how to make some effing gnocchi at this stage because I got no effing clue. But the thing that blows my mind is that I didn't realize that gnocchi is effectively potato. There's like flour and stuff mixed in, but it's potatoes. I never knew that. I thought it was a pasta. So this is pretty interesting. I have been enjoying learning that. I've been getting very frustrated because clearly I do not have the proper kitchen set up for my first live stream ever. But this is good. I am also equally excited just to get going. And I'm kind of just waiting for the boil to get on, and it looks like it might just be starting to kick in. And I'm almost done doing this tine rolling that the instructions actually do include. Just roll it over the tines of your fork. Like what? I don't remember my gnocchi that I've ordered in the restaurant ever having stripes on it, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, she says she's good to go. She wants to eat. I just asked because she wasn't feeling very good earlier. So I'm glad she's feeling better enough to at least try this out. I'm also hoping that it's spicy enough. Now she actually really likes spicy food, but not too much. Whereas I'm the type that I actually really like it spicy. But because I knew that I'm cooking for two, I'm cooking for two, not cooking for me. But I do hope that there is a little kick to this recipe, which we'll have to see. If you're not sure what I am cooking, feel free to use the command in Nightbot !chef. And you'll get to see the recipe that we're working with right now. Oh, and that was something that I did want to share with anybody that aspires to try to cook. Because it's really not that hard as long as you take the time and you need the ingredients, right? But one of the things that I've found that I really like to use is a website called Supercook. It's all one word, SUPERCOOK, Supercook. And the cool part about it is that it actually, what you do is you put into it everything that you have. Now, that seems like a big deal, except once you get used to it, once you do it once, then every time you use something up, you remove it from your list. And every time you go to the grocery store, you just take your receipt from the grocery store and add it to your list. And it works really well because that way it always knows what you have in your pantry, and it goes and scours the net for recipes that you can use. So you don't have to actually be like, oh, I want to make this tonight. Oh, I don't have this, that, the other, gotta go to the grocery store. Instead it says, hey, you've got this. This is what you should try. And so I try and buy things to expand my opportunities. But when I sit down to cook, I don't have to go to the grocery store. Instead, I cook something like this, gnocchi, for the first time. And it gives you pages and pages of things to choose from. At this stage, I think that my kitchen has about 30,000 recipes available to it. But it's like legit cool. And I agree with you, Cotter Joe. I love spicy food. Straight up love it. I'll even show you here. This is something I got from Trader Joe's the other day. Well, a few months back, but still gonna go bad. I got this whole pack, which is sweet, but what it has is this. So I've been experimenting, and now that I'm starting to live stream this, I'll have to show you guys my experimentations. Because it turns out that each of these is quite different. But what you get is, this is a ghost chili. It's like your red pepper flakes. That's how it's presented to you. You got the ghost, you got some scorpion chilies, and you've got the reaper chilies. These are generally considered the 3 hottest spices to use in food. But what's really interesting is that it's actually fairly challenging to use them in a way that while it provides a heat, it also tastes good. So I'm working to learn how to use that. Those are the spices. The sodium is going to come from the salt. Whenever I cook, I actually have a tendency to use as much or less than the recipe calls for, until I discover that I actually need to use more because the flavor isn't fully coming out. I do tend to go a little bit light on what a recipe calls for. So for instance, that's a sauce recipe over there. It's good. It does have a little kick, but not too bad. I think Gigi will be able to eat it pretty well. We'll see. So I don't think I'll need to add any sauce. Alright, so apparently I just start throwing these things in here, and when they float, they're ready. I'm going to take this green bowl and put the floaters into it. No, I'm going to take the orange one. So as I think you can see right now, nothing's floating. This is all the more I'm going to add for the time being until we get some legit floaters. Alright, so swap the green for the orange. And then when it floats, we know that we need to pull it out. I'm going to actually move it forward.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
Hopefully you can see a little bit better. Gigi has let our dog come in again. Sweetheart, can you call her? And I'll clean up. Good girl. Go ahead. Go. So I have been way messy. Didn't realize I was going to be taking up this much surface space. Nothing's floating. So, fair warning, if you ever want to use this recipe, I would totally recommend prepping in advance for more surface area than I've been presenting to you. Yeah, this is high carbs, right? Because potatoes are pretty, they're carbohydrates by essence, right? It's not, this isn't pasta, but this is frickin' potatoes, and those are all carbs. That said, you could probably cut the salt out. And if you ate a few bananas afterwards, that's actually going to help you get the cut appearance you're looking for. I think you'd be okay. So while we wait for these things to start floating, I'm actually going to go ahead and clean up. GG is being kind enough to keep Daisy with her. So I'm going to try and protect. We don't want our dog eating too much unhealthy food. So while you guys talk about the fact that there is some unhealthy ingredients involved, maybe I need to cover for my dog too. We're doing pretty good. Well, I guess I'm not going for a legit cut appearance. I am trying to go for a healthy, but anything that we make, frankly, using fresh ingredients and non-processed foods. The only thing is that this does use a certain degree of flour, and that is certainly a processed food. There's a reason why recently Italy was labeled the healthiest country on earth. They actually beat Japan. And not because it's all seafood. Alright, I see some starting to float. I'm also starting to recognize that talking about floaters might not be the most attractive thing. Wait, I don't know exactly what it is. We got two so far, and Daisy's getting excited. Is somebody at the door? Okay. She's just getting excited. By the way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited that you guys are at least encouraged enough to view this, even if it's something that you can't eat. I keep seeing that the viewership has been around 7 pretty much the whole time, which is all I really need. I am trying to get my associate partnership with Twitch, so along with video games, I'm cooking now. At least they are rising to the surface, and you can at least see these indentations that they seem to think are something relevant or important. Exactly right, Cotter Joe. Welcome to the chat room, by the way. I don't know if you followed me, and I haven't set up those kinds of notifications on the stream because, quite frankly, I'm in the other room from the computer. So I wouldn't know, but I will probably set that sort of thing up in the future. And if you have followed the channel, I also very much appreciate that. I haven't even set up if anybody's been doing donations or anything like that. None of that has actually been set up at this stage because this is my beta run for the cooking. I've already learned a lot of things, and this has been quite enjoyable. So far, I actually have a lot of floaters missing, so I'm going to go ahead and add more. I don't think there's a chance in the world that I've gotten them all, but we can add while we wait, right? Meanwhile, I see a couple floaters now. These are the largest gnocchi I've ever seen. But I blame myself, I'm the cook.
Everywhere I go, I get a standing ovation. Speaking the codes, my game got no imitation. It's innovation. You are now experiencing greatness. 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 Yeah, you are now experiencing. I'm prepared for the greatness. Spit a flow that'll strip your soul bare and naked. I ain't scared to say shit. Yeah, God is the greatest, no joke. I have my foes going through spiritual anguish, cause I'm clearly his favorite. Never here for the fake shit.
I think I might see one trying to be a slower.
OG's nothing to play. This is much more than entertainment. Still get on my marble. Walk through the water, so my name is my name.
We're a group, it looks like they might have been stuck in the bottom. Alright, we're getting there. Nearly gnocchi. Oh shit, man. Alright. Boil gnocchi in a large pot of salted water and fucking toss immediately. It's fine. I forgot somewhere the okay, I need to add the red wine vinegar and cheese to the sauce. So that's actually okay. Alright, excellent. That's right, because I was using the cheese in the gnocchi itself as well. We've used that up. We can move this aside. We can put the cheese back in the fridge. What are you lending? What do you mean lending? Look if there's a few more floaters. Yep, we got a lot of floaters. Under the bubbles. Blending. Alright, so hit your exclamation point, chef, and look at the sauce recipe. We've already prepared that portion. And so it's some tomatoes, some red chili peppers, some salt and pepper, some tomatoes, we've got ground black pepper, we've got red wine vinegar. So what you just saw me do was I added red wine vinegar and some Parmesan cheese into it and mixed that in. There's tomato paste, there's red wine, because we are watching Cooking with Red. I'm red now, go by red. But we're cooking with red wine. So it's also a recipe that includes red wine. There's extra virgin olive oil in there, yellow onion, garlic, oregano. Yeah, I mean, it's like a freaking awesome red sauce that we're going to be adding to our gnocchi that you've been watching me do. And then we're going to put some basil leaves on top of that and we'll be good to go. Looking pretty excited about this. I mean, frankly, we've got the rest of the gnocchi in there. And as soon as we get it, the rest floaters. Right now we're looking like we're struggling a little bit to get that to a boil. We don't want it to look like it's floating before it's actually floating, but we're nearly done. I have zero idea. I'm following this recipe. I'm doing as I'm told, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I did go ahead and in the sauce there, I dipped my finger and had a taste. It tastes great. It does say at this stage to go ahead and add more salt and pepper if you want to. I'm not going to add any further. So, but as you can see, the gut's a little bit bigger than it ought to be. Gigi and I have been together for a few years now, and I think that it's happiness that leads to the fact that I may not be as physically fit as I'd like to be. Lack of stress, contentment and satisfaction, being with the most remarkable woman I've ever known in my entire life, and proud to be married to her. Yeah, has led to a less than Hollywood body, right? Meanwhile, since we're done kneading the gnocchi, I got my wedding band back on, and I got my backup back on too. The wedding band's actually harder than the backup, which is why we will be sending the wedding band back in very shortly to make it as large as this one. But it's pretty good looking. Hope that's not too much IRL. That sucks, Cutter Joe. But don't give up hope. Life presents opportunities that exceed the travesties and tribulations which we face in our life. I had personally given up all hope of even wanting to be in a relationship before I met Gigi. And now I have people tell me that the way I describe her is unbelievable. Cannot depict what real life is. And I can only say that I agree. It doesn't make sense. And yet she is the woman I am with. I've certainly made compromises in the past as well, but I never needed to make a single compromise with her. We're just doing it with the floaters. bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it over here. I think they're all floating. Let's find out. Also, while this is so obviously these ones are floating, right? While this is cooking with red/wine, any advice that I give might be completely faulty and horrible, and please don't hold me to it. I'm not a perfect human being, but I do believe that there is peace and happiness out there for everyone. You might find it in your cooking. Also, I would say it's best to expect that there isn't another person out there for you. I have found happiness. I just didn't know how complete my life could be until I met my wife. And I would have been very happy living it out as I had without her. I'm just much better off with her. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of gnocchi. We got a bunch of red sauce. And we got a bunch of, I pulled out the cilantro, not the basil. Okay. I was gonna say, if I bought cilantro instead of basil, but no, I got some basil. Powder Joe, if it helps at all, I was actually out of the dating scene for approximately 6 years. Maybe more. And it was a really, really good place to be. Alright. They call that gnocchi, I hope. I got a little one here. I'm going to taste it. Wow. I'm not allowed to say how good it is, but that works. I feel like the one thing that I have to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and take the tomato, the sauce, and put it back in the pot. There's a little bit, you can see, there's a little bit of gnocchi kind of stuck at the bottom or whatever, not burnt at all. I'm going to go ahead and throw the sauce back on top of it, heat it up, so that we can throw it on top of the gnocchi. It's all nice and warm. Pull the blade out. So one thing to think about when you're using, so I don't actually, it turns out, have a blender. Didn't think about it, don't have a blender. But I got a food processor, so I just kind of pulse this into a smoother, it's not a liquid, right, but I'm not a fan of the texture of tomato, so I broke it up enough that it would be okay. Right? Added the other stuff, some cheese, the other item. So I'm going to lose a little bit along the way as I keep transferring from one container to another. But this is the kind of consistency I like. And now all we really need to do is bring it back up to a proper simmer. And we're going to be ready. I'm going to go ahead and prepare some plates. So, I like, and when I say Gigi actually bought these plates and I love them. So it is a plate, but it's got a curve on it. She's waking up and noticing that I'm talking. But I love this, any kind of dish that is a blend of a very solid with a very liquid, this is a great kind of plate. Also, I actually really like it with salad, frankly. Sometimes it's hard to get the balderdash onto your fork, so it's nice to get those edges. But I would use a plate like this for a dish like this. This is not something that I read, this is my opinion. I'm going to give a layer, and this is for Gigi, so a little bit less. And we got a leftover. And now we're just waiting for that to bubble up a little bit. Alright, I hear it, which sounds like I need to be bringing out my metal spoon, or not metal, my wood spoon. So the thing is, when you get any kind of pasta sauce or something that's a little thicker, it's not like a runny, soupy consistency. What can happen is that effectively, if you leave it alone, right? Don't touch it. Because it's thick enough, the gases, the liquids that turn into a gaseous state, they basically get compiled within the substance, which is, you know, from a viscous layer, a little bit different from a liquid. Certainly not a fluid, so it starts to pop. Like that. But if you just keep mixing it a little bit like that, nothing gets splattered around or whatever, but it does continue to consistency. You don't have to do too much. All you're really looking for is that it loosens up, right? It's not as thick as molasses. It's more like the blended tomatoes and onions and everything else, right? And it's warm. And then you can throw it on gnocchi, or really bad with the pronunciation. And okay. So I don't know the terms. I've been cooking literally for decades, and I don't know the terms and whatever, but yeah, so this is a pasta bowl. As the chat room is pointing out, Arjar and Moxie, thank you so much for the help. So, do you think I should go lighter? Maybe I should go and ask Gigi. Give me a moment. We're going to throw this down to low so it's a good, legit simmer. Is that more than you can eat?
Yeah.
Yeah? So just in case you couldn't hear, I said, is that more than you can eat? And she said, yeah. So, you're right, Moxie, that is man-sized portions. Which is fine, because this means it's more for leftovers later. How's that, baby? Less? Okay. So she's okay with that. And frankly, I tend to take her lead, so if she thinks that was too much, then I think mine was too. And I don't know if you can hear it right now, but it's kind of burbling behind me. Oh, I see it. I did get a 1080p camera. Apparently the audio's not so good, but we got the camera. Might as well kill it. Alright, so let's try and make this at least look a little pretty. No, I'm gonna take a couple more out. A couple too. Trying to judge based off of how much is in her. my plate, and how much we've got left over, how much sauce do I leave? I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. We do know that we want to garnish with some basil. But we'll get it. It's got a lovely smell. And that's that. Gnocchi. Spicy tomato.